Hey everyone, this is James from mkaudio.tk and welcome to this short tutorial to talk a little bit about automation. Um, a basic introduction to automation is it controls a certain aspect of your mix, whether it be volume or panning or any other plugins can all be controlled using automation. And the idea is that instead of having it at one static setting throughout the whole mix, you can use automation to ride certain settings of it. So if it was the volume, you can increase a certain section of the song by a couple of dB or bring it down by a couple of dB. For example, here I have an electric guitar track, and I've brought up the automation lane in it here in PreSonus Studio One. To do this, you can click over in the left hand side here or simply press A. So this is what the electric guitar sounds like at the minute. And you can see over on the left hand side here that our volume is set at 0 dB or unity gain. This blue line represents 0 dB and it's the same the entire way through the song. And this represents the volume. Now you can adjust the volume in the track by moving this up and down. So moving it up will give you a gain increase, or moving it down will decrease the gain. So if we take this first guitar part and then we want to reduce the volume of these next two guitar parts, well, we simply use this blue line and we click and drag down the volume. So now we have a 14.5 dB volume reduction. And then on the next part, if we want to bring the following phrase back up to 0 dB, we would click to create envelopes and drag that back up to 0 dB. So this is a bit of a rough example and I'll go ahead and play it now and let you hear. Listen out for the first part, it should be at 0 dB, and the second part you should notice a significant drop in volume. And if you watch where your line is following the automation line as your volume decrease. So you could use that to decrease the volume of maybe guitar parts or synth parts or any different instruments that are maybe playing throughout the verse and the chorus. You might want to drop them down a little coming into the verses if it's not such a hectic song. It may be something you need to boost up through the choruses to help it to come through in the mix. So to say, this is just a basic introduction of what automation is. Volume automation would probably be the main one. You can do panning automation, so you can click over here and this is your panning automation. Now you can still see the faint line of where the volume automation has been set up. This new blue line that appears along the center here, it shows your pan position. So it's centered at the minute. If you move it up, it will pan it to the left. If you move it down, it will pan to the right. So let's say this phrase, after our volume's been cut here, and this phrase here, we want to pan that hard right. So we go to our line at the center, we create our envelopes, and we drag them down. And as you can see, we're hard right at the bottom here. And then at the opposite side of this phrase, then create your two envelopes again, click and drag that back up to the center. So I'll play that for you again just so you can listen out for the panning. I'm not sure how this will translate across on YouTube, but if you watch the little meter over to the side here, you will see the pan position suddenly shoot to the right as the automation lane is followed down here. So have a little listen to it now. So you can see everything before this automation move was centered in the stereo field. This phrase suddenly shot to the right hand side and then it came back into the center again. So panning automation might be used to move guitars in a chorus. You might have your guitars panned out, hard left, hard right. Whenever they're coming into a verse, if some of the instruments are dropping out, you can use the panning to maybe bring those closer into the center so they maybe don't stick out as much if they're out far wide. You can also use it to create the illusion of space as well. So just you can use automation lanes, you can pan or you can create any move you want. You can be as detailed as you want as well. You can make large block volume drops or pan moves, or you can use little intricate moves maybe just to adjust a dB or two, especially on a vocal. There's a lot of volume automation done on vocals. Maybe if a singer hasn't pronounced a word just quite as loud as you would like, maybe compression and EQ isn't sorting it out for you, you would go into your automation lane and just give that a little half dB or a 1 dB boost to bring it in line with everything else that's coming before and after it. So this was just a basic introduction to automation. I've done a podcast on automation. Now you can head over to mkiaudiopodcast.tk, and I think it's episode 12. If you download that, and we talk a little bit more about automation moves. But thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And you can head over to the blog at mkiaudio.tk.